Some relationships feel like they weigh you down more than they lift you up. Maybe it's a friend who constantly criticizes, a family member who drains your energy, or a partner whose presence leaves you anxious instead of safe. Letting go can feel impossible because guilt, doubt, and fear creep in. You worry you're being selfish or that you'll hurt someone you care about. But here's the truth. Staying in a toxic relationship doesn't honor your life, your emotions, or your faith. Today, I want to guide you through letting go of toxic relationships without guilt so you can reclaim your peace, protect your heart, and move forward with confidence. This is practical, actionable guidance that works whether the relationship is personal, professional, or family-based. The first step to letting go is awareness. Toxic relationships are rarely obvious from the start. They build gradually and subtly. Start paying attention to how you feel after interacting with the person. Are you anxious, drained, or doubting yourself? Do you feel like you're walking on eggshells or constantly apologizing for being yourself? These are clear signals that the relationship is toxic. Recognizing the problem isn't judgment, it's clarity. For example, if a friend always dismisses your achievements or a partner constantly criticizes your decisions, these patterns indicate emotional harm. Awareness gives you the power to act intentionally rather than reacting in confusion or guilt. Letting go doesn't mean you're heartless. It means you're protecting your emotional and spiritual well-being. Toxic relationships often create invisible barriers to growth, clarity, and peace. By releasing them, you create space for healthy connections, self-reflection, and personal growth. Reflect on your priorities. Is this relationship supporting your purpose, faith, and mental clarity, or is it draining you and holding you back? Understanding your why provides strength when guilt or fear arises. For instance, you might say to yourself, "I'm choosing peace because my mental and spiritual health matters," a statement that reinforces intentional action. Before ending or limiting contact, prepare yourself. Toxic relationships often provoke strong emotional responses. Take time to reflect on your feelings and clarify your boundaries. Journaling can really help, Try writing down why this relationship is harmful, what patterns need to change, and what you hope to achieve by letting go. Also, it's useful to mentally rehearse what you'll say. Or if silence is necessary, think about how you'll enforce it with grace. For example, you might write, "I will step back from interactions that make me anxious and focus on connections that uplift me." This kind of preparation honestly reduces guilt and makes your choice feel intentional rather than impulsive. Depending on the situation, you can either communicate your boundaries directly or disengage quietly. Direct communication might involve saying something like, "I need space for my mental and emotional well-being, and I hope you can respect that." Keep it calm, clear, and firm. In other cases, reducing contact without confrontation may be necessary for your safety or emotional clarity. Either way, the key is intentionality. You are not punishing the other person. You are protecting yourself. Remember, saying no to toxicity is not selfish. It is essential for your growth and peace. Letting go leaves a space that can be filled positively. Focus on nurturing yourself and building connections that lift you up. Practice self-care rituals that remind you of your worth. Journaling, prayer, meditation, exercise, or spending time with supportive people. Establish boundaries in future relationships to prevent similar dynamics from repeating. For example, you might decide to only engage with people who respect your values and treat you with kindness. Replacing toxicity with intentional support strengthens your emotional resilience and confidence. Finally, letting go is not just an action, it is a process. You may feel guilt, doubt, or even relief at different times. Remind yourself that emotional clarity and spiritual health matter more than maintaining unhealthy attachments. Trust that your journey is unfolding as it should and that peace is your ultimate priority. By releasing toxic relationships, you make space for growth, joy, and meaningful connections that align with your purpose and values. Letting go of toxic relationships is one of the most courageous acts you can take for your emotional and spiritual health. It's not about being unkind. It's about being wise and protecting your peace. If this video helped you, subscribe to Grace in the Journey, share it with someone who may need this guidance, and comment below your thoughts or experiences with letting go. Remember, your journey toward clarity and peace is sacred, and every step forward matters. Grace in the Journey.